Released in 2011 and developed by Fun Labs and published by Activision, it's Cabela's Survival Shadows of Katmai. What you're currently seeing on screen is the PlayStation 3 version of the game. The game is also available on Xbox 360 and Nintendo Wii, featuring the might of the Top Shot Elite plastic gun controller thing. Anyways, in Shadows of Katmai, you've got two primary modes of gameplay, the campaign mode, as well as some hunting galleries, where you basically mow down as many animals as possible with extreme prejudice, all in the name of a high score. In the campaign of the game, without wanting to spoil anything too much for all you top shot heads out there, you play a man who likes to be called Logan, alongside with a Native American man who sees dead people like the Sixth Sense kid.
Are you alive?
Well, I seem to be.
And scientist, medicine, doctor woman who gets shoved inside a dead moose.
Sorry, Doc. It's not exactly the Four Seasons, but it's the best I could do on short notice.
Anyways, your plane goes down and you crash on the dreaded mountain, or in the shadow of it, according to the cover of the game. You then proceed to wipe out all known animal life on the mountain, including bears that can swing logs at you with their teeth. But is all of this any good? Let's find out in The Good. The shooting galleries are honestly the best part of this game. They're just plain stupid fun, either with the controller or the top shot, and probably best enjoyed with a friend. I personally stuck with the controller for reasons I'll get into with the bad. You'll have a number of different modes to access for the hunting galleries, ranging from a survival mode, letting you keep going until you drop dead, to the trek and quickfire modes, all of which had different power-ups to utilize and different maps or areas of the Katmai to choose from as you wipe out the animal population. As for the campaign mode itself, the story is straightforward enough. You need to escape the mountain, and something about a vaccine to cure some disease outbreak, all while finding your lady friend. The voice acting for the most part is bearable at best, no pun intended.
You're the one who put me inside that thing.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
I don't know whether to thank you or strangle you. You probably saved my life.
Don't mention it.
Where did you learn how to do that?
I saw it in a movie.
What?
On the plus side, however, the campaign and game overall doesn't take itself very seriously, which is nice. And during my 5 or 6 hours or so I spent with it, I never experienced any major technical issues or crashing. But next up, let's move on to the bad. Ah! On the topic of technical issues, however, the game does suffer from plenty of clipping issues. And graphically, for a 2011 release, Shadows of Katmai looks extremely dated. My next issue, the campaign itself, despite only being roughly 2 to 3 hours, becomes extremely tedious. The campaign gameplay-wise, to break it down, is basically this. A climbing segment. Some birds come. Or bats. You shoot them. You get to a fairly open area. Predatory animals come out. You shoot them. Then you climb some more. Unfortunately, these awful poor man Uncharted climbing segments take up a good portion of the campaign, making those 2 to 3 hours extremely tedious. The camera for this game is awful as well. You have no control over it. It just basically follows the player character's back at certain viewing angles, so trying to turn around and explore a previous area becomes an immediate pain in the ass when you can't see anything. As for the Top Shot Elite, to put it lightly, it's a complete mess. I spent well over an hour simply trying to calibrate the thing, and no matter what I did, it just made playing the game a complete hassle, and the controls felt unresponsive, and aiming my gun around never felt like it was aligned properly, despite following the calibration setup exactly as the game told me to do, regardless of where I was in the room, or where the sensor bar for the gun was placed. So hopefully for the far-off future with these games, I'll stick with the controller. But now it's time I give the opinion. Despite my complaints and issues with Survival Shadows of Katmai, if you have a friend or two around, the shooting gallery is honestly the only worthwhile aspect of this game. It's a shame though the Top Shot Elite gun is an unresponsive pile of plastic rubbish. It could have possibly given you the feel of an arcade hunting shooter in the comfort of your own home, and the campaign itself is tedious and repetitive with a story as exciting as paint drying. The only redeeming aspect were the odd encounters you have with the bears. At the end of the day, I can't honestly recommend this game unless you can get it for dirt cheap like I did, but sadly, that's all the worth I honestly found in it. But with all that being said, now it's time for my rating. I give Cabela's Survival Shadows of Katmai a Trophy Hunter 2003 Electronic Predator Call out of 10.